Karnataka will now have to share less water with Tamil Nadu than it was asked to last week. Karnataka had appealed the Supreme Court, saying it's unable to release 15,000 cusecs of water daily as ordered by the court on the 5th of September. And in some relief for the state now, the court has brought down the amount of water to 12,000 cusecs daily. But I can now confirm that the number of days that Karnataka has to supply this water to Tamil Nadu has also been increased. So while the daily amount of water, the daily volume of water has come down, the number of days has of course gone up. Tracking the story very closely with me, of course, my team of correspondents. We're going to be going across to Siddharth Pandey, who's been tracking the developments in the Supreme Court. Also Maya Sharma from Bangalore, and Sam Daniel joining us soon from Chennai. So that's of course our team of correspondents who are keeping a very close eye on what's turning out to be has been a very politically volatile and sensitive situation there on the ground. Siddharth, I'll go to you first. We saw that, of course, the court realized just how volatile it's turning out to be. It's a holiday today, but we saw them meet on the Cauvery case, and now we have a modified order.
Well, Natasha, in fact, let me just quickly bring you in on some of the latest developments right now. After today's order itself, we've just got news that once again Karnataka tried to approach the Supreme Court, perhaps having realized that they would have to, as you said, in totality now release more water. They tried to see if this order itself could be modified once again. But that request was turned down by the Supreme Court, saying that the matter is now listed for the 20th. Of course, the judges already gotten up after passing the order. So, in fact, the Supreme Court has said that this matter will be taken up on the 20th, and of course Karnataka can bring these points once again. Its senior lawyers, Fali Narayaman himself along with others, tried to meet the registrar and see if an earlier date could be held. Once I think they realized that a larger amount of water, as you said, over a greater number of days would have to be released now. So they tried to see if that order could be modified, but the Supreme Court saying that this matter now will be heard on the 20th. In totality, Karnataka perhaps will have to release more water now. The fact that earlier the order said that from the 5th till the 15th for 10 days, 15,000 cusecs of water every day. That's roughly 150,000 water for just 10 days. But now, of course, the Supreme Court has said that while every day a less amount of water, that's around 12,000 cusecs, will have to be released, but that has to be done till the 20th of this month. So in totality, of course, Karnataka will have to give more water, roughly almost 34,000 to 36,000 cusecs of water additionally will have to be given to Tamil Nadu as per the latest order. Karnataka, of course, saying that this has led to a law and order situation and crisis. It's something that it mentioned in the affidavit, but the Supreme Court clearly not impressed with that. Mincing no word, the justices said that the citizens cannot become a law unto themselves. When a court of law passes an order, it's the duty of the citizens to obey. And also saying that the order of this court has to be complied by all, and it's the obligation of the executive, that's the state, to ensure that the order is complied with. So clearly the Supreme Court not impressed with the affidavit given by Karnataka that there's been a law and order crisis, saying that once an order is passed by this court, it has to be complied with. Any issues that anyone has, they have to seek legal recourse. Natasha.
Right, so strong words there from the court. That initially it did appear that there was some sort of relief, but now, of course, very important, like both you and Maya have been pointing out in the last few minutes, that the amount of water that Karnataka will have to give over the next few days is actually more than what they were meant to part with last week on the 5th of September. Let's go straight across to Maya and Sam from Bangalore and Chennai, respectively. Maya, the point that Siddharth is making here, that I think towards the end, the lawyers from Karnataka, towards the end of that hearing, the lawyers from Karnataka did realize that that was going to sort of not go in their favor. In fact, they were going to end up parting with more water. They tried to sort of see if they could change that in any way, but of course the court has refused to entertain any of that.
That's correct. Karnataka hoping for some relief, and on the face of it, it would seem like relief. 15,000 cusecs a day reduced to 12,000 cusecs a day. But the initial order was only until the 16th of September. This order is until the 20th of September, until the next hearing. So if you really calculate, including the amount that has been released so far since last Tuesday midnight until today, and the amount that still has to be released is actually more. It comes to, if my calculations are right, about 186,000 cusecs as opposed to the 150,000 cusecs ordered earlier. The hope, of course, that perhaps rains will come in the catchment areas. The last 2 days in Kodagu, which is a catchment area of the river Cauvery, there has been some rain, but of course too little, too early to say whether that will make a real difference to the levels of the dam reservoirs, the 4 reservoirs on the Cauvery River. But not as much of a relief as Karnataka would have wanted. And of course, the protests unlikely to stop here at the Vidhan Sauda. Just a little while ago, there was in fact a protest by the same pro-Kannada organisation that had called for the Bandh on Karnataka, all Karnataka Bandh on Friday, which was observed, and Kannada activists had also tried to enter inside as well. So here at the Vidhan Sauda, protests were being held, extra security arrangements in place to make sure that things stay peaceful. But until just a short while ago, protesters were here, right here at the Vidhan Sauda. They're unlikely to stop their protest because of the mild relief in terms of the daily amount, but perhaps a greater amount of water mandated for Karnataka to release to Tamil Nadu.